94.9 and 104.5 The Pick. Welcome to the very special edition of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. I told you I was going to do it, and I got it. A WWE Hall of Famer. He is coming to Retro X on June 20th and 21st in Idaho Falls. Like I said, WWE Hall of Famer and second longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, Roy Ferris, the Honky Tonk Man. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous, but you forgot to say the greatest Intercontinental Champion.
That's right. Hey, you may be second longest reigning, but the greatest for sure. I actually wanted to bring that up. So up until last year, you were the first longest until Gunther decided to break your record. I mean, at this point, is that a bummer, or does it feel good to kind of pass the baton along?
You know, it was it held up for a long time.
Very long time.
In fact, this is like the anniversary. This week is when I won the title from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in Buffalo, New York. It was the first weekend, I think, of June. If I'm correct, I'm not real sure, but somebody had posted it. It was like 28 years ago or something. So, you know, I was very, very fortunate. And to hold the belt as long as I did, and then for the record to stand as long as it did, it's one of those things where you don't even think about it. And I really didn't even know this Gunther, which I don't know him at all anyway. I've never met him. I didn't even know that he was chasing the record or anything. So, because I don't keep up with the product that much now because I'm not involved in it.
Sure.
And so, you know, it's just I'm still a fan and I still love it and I love being around it, but I don't methodically sit and study the wrestling business anymore.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, Gunther is a big German. That's all you need to know about him. He's a big, mean German.
Yeah, I guess he's like the chop master.
Yeah, I mean, once he gives you a chop, your chest is red for the rest of the night. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. Him and I wouldn't get very well.
Well, there you go. As I was saying before, we're super excited to have you in Idaho Falls, June 20th and 21st at Retro X. You're going to be signing autographs, probably answering some wrestling questions, and all that fun stuff. Do you do a lot of these conventions?
Yeah, in fact, I leave Saturday. I'm going to Springfield, Illinois for one. I just was last Saturday in Pasadena. I don't do any more overseas. I gave up on that. I'm done with that. No more long trips across the pond or down to New Zealand or Australia. No more of that. And I don't even go to Canada anymore. Idaho Falls is going to be as close to Canada as I've been probably 10 years.
Hey, we'll take what we can get over here. So, you know, obviously you're going around town. You are, going to these conventions on the road. What do you prefer, traveling around to these conventions or traveling around wrestling 300 days out of the year like you used to do back in the day?
Well, you know, they always ask me, do I miss it or what I miss most about wrestling since I'm not involved anymore? I said, well, a steady paycheck because
oh, sure.
The recliner is really nice here at home, but it doesn't pay very well.
Exactly. I mean, how many days were you wrestling back in the day? How many days out of the year you think you were on the road?
At least 300.
Wow.
I was living in Calgary when I first went to WWE, and I left it and did 85 straight days, and I had 3 days off, came home to Calgary, washed clothes, took the wife and my son out to eat. Next day, packed up and left again, and was gone 95 days.
Yeah.
And then I had 1 day off, and of all places, Des Moines, Iowa in the wintertime.
Not the best place for a day off.
No, it wasn't Las Vegas. It wasn't Miami. It wasn't L.A. or San Diego. No, it was Des Moines, Iowa. And one day off, and then I did 80 more. So I tell people I had a house built. I was building a house in Memphis back then, and I saw the foundation. I came back. It was completely framed up, and the third time I saw it was finished.
Well, there you go. I mean, you don't have to play the waiting game at least.
No, and my son, when I left, he was crawling. I came home. He was walking, and then next time I saw him, he was playing T-ball.
Man, that's the price you pay for doing what you love, right?
Well, yeah, you know, it's something that I don't know. I kind of just fell into it. My cousin, Jerry the King Lawler, was a big star around Memphis. I was in college over at the University of Memphis, and some of my friends and the physical education department, they were trying to mess around with the wrestling, and they talked me into going with them and training one night, and I did, and it bit me, and they all quit, and I stayed. and I've been on the road ever since. I graduated in 1975 and started the wrestling business in 1977.
Wow, there you go. I mean, like you said, you were wrestling like 300 days out of the year. From my understanding, like nowadays, then the professional wrestlers, in WWE, AEW, wherever they may be, they're wrestling an average of probably 1 to 2 times a week. I mean, how big of a difference do you think that schedule would have made in your career?
I don't know. I probably would have got in more trouble with that much time off. I don't know. He kept us on the road so we couldn't get in trouble, I guess, which was a good thing. But, our deal was this. If we didn't work, we didn't get paid. We didn't have contracts. There was no guarantees. All it was opportunity, and you get out there and you do it. I mean, Hogan was doing it. He never took time off, and we hammered it out, man. We just did it. That's all.
It was ruthless back then. I mean, speaking of ruthless, do you have any good Vince McMahon stories?
No, I mean, Vince and I got along pretty well. I mean, it was one of these, he's management and I'm labor, and there's always a struggle between the two. He's got the money and I want it, and he don't want to give it up. So, but I enjoyed it. He was always as honest as he could be with me, but I enjoyed him, and he was a good promoter. I mean, he had a vision of things. He always would talk about these big events and stadium events, and he wanted to be like a rock concert promoter, and he did it. He took us from carnivals and barnyards and put us in big arenas and record-breaking crowds all over the world. So, I mean, that's what you get into this thing for anyway, and to have fun and make some money and then get out of it in time to enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what Vince McMahon has done for professional wrestling cannot be matched by probably anyone at this point. And it's funny you bring up, he wanted to make it seem like a rock concert. He kind of did at some points in the WWE. Obviously, we are a classic rock station. We play classic rock music. So I got to ask you, WrestleMania 3, got to bring it back. Honky Tonk Man versus Jake the Snake Roberts, and Alice Cooper was ringside. What do you remember about working with Alice Cooper?
He was great. He really didn't know a lot about what we were doing, but that's why he did the thing, because Jake Roberts kind of wanted him, and Jake was a fan, and Jake sold Vince on the idea of having him. He was a Detroit guy anyway, and so. But then when Jake pulls out this 90-pound snake, and Alice Cooper was, oh gosh, I can't handle that. I don't do those ones, because he had little bitty ones that he carried on stage and did with his act, and then when he had to try to handle that big snake, it was really something. He was afraid of it. He was.
Oh, that's hilarious. I also heard that Jake the Snake was afraid of snakes.
Yeah, that's true. And I had it put on me several times. I didn't mind it. I mean, but when you're dealing with animals, they're animals, and they're reptiles. And he can say, well, it's tame or it's this. Well, just as soon as you say it's tame, it's going to bite somebody.
I think Macho Man got it the worst. Remember when that snake dug into his bicep?
Yeah, they had some kind of I don't know what it was there. I was gone when that happened. I was watching back then. I saw it on TV.
Well, maybe you better be thankful that you were gone, because it could have been you.
Yeah, it could have been me, but I enjoyed whatever we did, and well, I had the guitar, and there was a lot of people. I played a brutal tune.
That's right. Yeah, and you smash people with it to finish out the song.
That's right. And but I mean, gosh, I could have played piano.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could have done the Jerry Lee Lewis thing and set the piano on fire every night. That'd be cool.
I guess, but they have duplicated the guitar segment with so many other wrestlers that it's obviously whatever I created with the guitar has stuck around for a long time.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you said you don't follow the product too much, but there's wrestlers, Elias and Rick Boogs and Joe Hendry. Even The Rock has done some guitar stuff, and I think they owe it all to you, because you were the first one to do it.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that, I didn't create this character. I came up with the name off of a song from Johnny Horton in the early 60s. I'm a honky tonk man. And the character I've had in mind was this greasy hair, pencil-thin mustache, a construction-type worker that was barroom brawler on a Friday and Saturday night and, living for Paycheck Friday. But some wrestling fans saw me, had the black hair, had sideburns, and they got me a jumpsuit, and the promoter in Pensacola and Mobile gave me the guitar, and and that's how it all happened.
Very cool. I love to hear the stories like that, how things got started. But, man, we are glad it did. In fact, it was really cool. I don't know if you're much of a video game player, but I'm sure you're aware that the Honky Tonk Man appeared in the latest WWE video game, 2K25.
I haven't seen it. I heard about it, and I think my son might have the game, but I never. The only game I could play and I wasn't good at it was Pong.
Hey, Pong can get intense. I've had some intense rounds of Pong between me and my brothers.
I never learned to play them. Well, I didn't have time in these games. I have so much merchandise out there. I have a new action figure. It'll be out in August. I don't know. I've probably got 30 or 40 of those action figures out, and there's stacks of them here in the house. And I don't travel with them because they get beat up, and people that collect them don't like to have them, the boxes bent or tattered, and so I don't bring them with me on the road. I just bring photographs, and that's what I'll be doing up there in Idaho Falls, just taking photographs and selfies, and just enjoy. The fans are, the wrestling fans are really, really great. They're just the nicest people in the world, and I enjoy every one of them.
Hey, well, I am proud to be one of those wrestling fans, and congratulations on recently re-signing a WWE Legends deal. So that's probably where all these action figures and video game deals and all that is coming from, correct?
Yeah, that's the thing, and that was a renewal I had been on for, 15 years, and that's renewed again up until 2030 or something like that. Good, and it keeps me relevant, and when there's new merchandise out there, then people have it, they bring it up and get it signed, and then we talk about it. Sometimes people bring me trading cards and things I've never even seen before. You know what?
That's funny you bring that up. I actually have a Honky Tonk trading card, Honky Tonk Man trading card that I'm hoping you'll autograph for me in town.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get that taken care of for sure.
Well, perfect.
I look forward to coming up there. Here in Phoenix, man, I mean, it's getting hot now.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's going to be a little break to come up there and be with you guys. And I think I picked the right time of year. I have been through there when it was wintertime, and that's wintertime's not my cup of tea either.
Yeah, wintertime's a little brutal over here, but yeah, I would much rather spend summers in Idaho Falls. My grandma used to live in Casa Grande, so I spent some summers over there, and boy, that is a whole new level of hot.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Is people say, well, it's a dry heat. I said, well, put your face in an oven,
Yeah, it'll hurt. Fantastic. Well, hey, thank you so much. The Honky Tonk Man on the phone right now. He's going to be at Retro X in Idaho Falls, June 20th and 21st. So come on over, meet him, get some autographs, bring your Honky Tonk Man memorabilia. I'm sure you probably have some photos to sign and things like that, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll be taking selfies with everyone and signing whatever they have. People bring guitars. They bring the magazines. They bring books, the encyclopedias, and of course, like I said, the trading cards. It's so much stuff out there. Video games, they bring them for me to sign, and everything they bring me has a story behind it.
Oh, definitely. Always does. Always does. Well, Honky Tonk Man, thank you so much for joining me today. We look forward to seeing you in Idaho Falls. And hey, stop by the studio when you get here. We'll hang out. We'll have a good time and talk some wrestling, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to do a live remote or come over in the studio. I always like to do that when I get to town because my job is to have people come to the event and have fun. And my job is to get out there and spread the word.
Hey, well, you're doing a great job. Yeah, please stop by the studio. Can't wait to meet you, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Hey, no problem. We will see you in just about 2 weeks, all right?
All righty.
Well, hey, until then, try and stay cool in that Phoenix heat, all right?
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hey, we'll see you later. Bye.